Friends, I hope you're here because you saw my video on using RipCord lanyard on Benchmade 185 SOCP knife. If not, the link is in the description. I hope you do watch it to see that this lanyard is not there just for the good looks. The first step in any paracord project is to measure the right length. I estimate I need about 4 feet, and I use knife and scabbard to measure that. Easily done because the knife and scabbard are exactly 1 foot long. To start the paracord, I'm going to feed the ends through the holes on the handguard. Singe them small because the holes are pretty small. I feed the ends of paracord from the blade side toward the hilt. Keeping the paracord on the outside of the handguard serves 2 purposes. First, it will reduce the rattle that the scabbard makes when you move. Secondly, I need to do it that way to create this triangular loop with a paracord, which will later actuate the release spring. That's what completed step 1 looks like. For step 2, I create this loop above the handguard and feed the loose end of the paracord on the right hand side over the handguard through the loop. Then I pull it tight. These holes have sharp edges, so it takes a little fiddling. I repeat everything on the left hand side of the handguard. The paracord on the blade side needs to be made as tight as possible. Before going to step 3, please return the knife into the scabbard. Step 3 is basically weaving. I'm going to use cobra knots to create a lanyard that is strong and visually appealing. Placing the first knot in the correct spot is critical to the function of the RipCord lanyard. I determined that the ideal position for the knot is over the scale screw. If you don't know how to weave using cobra knots, you are missing out on the most gratifying experience. Plenty of YouTubers teach cobra knots, so I don't have. 13 cobra knots did it for me, but it can vary based on how tight you like it. Step 4, making the sliding knot. But first, feed the loose ends of the paracord through the central hole on the hilt. It's a tight fit, so you might need help from an old friend. Victorinox Swiss Army knife. I use the simplest sliding lock that I found on YouTube. Feel free to improvise with the knots or add any device that will do the job. And the last step is number 5. The loose end that does not move gets a simple single knot. For the end that I will use to adjust the lanyard, I use a small crown knot. It's slightly larger than the simple knot, and it gives me a chance to instantly identify which end to pull in order to adjust the lanyard. The job is not finished until the cinching is done. The adjustability of the lanyard is not meant for the situation when you are already holding the knife in your hand. It would be slow and awkward, which defeats the purpose. But when the knife is attached to your gear, you don't want the loop protruding and catching on stuff. And this is what the final product looks like. But I think you already seen it in my other video. But if you haven't, check out the description. There's a link there to the lanyard demonstration video, as well as a link to the video of the torture test I subjected this knife to. At this time, I'm working on several interesting knife-related projects. Subscribe if you'd like to see those videos too.